comments. They're limited to 3 minutes per person. Secretary, will you keep track of the 3 minutes? Do we have any comments here in town? And then we'll go up to Mesquite.
Okay. David Baldwin. I'd like to have a little bit of consideration for a little bit more time than 3 minutes. But I would, since I understand, I've been informed that you're not taking application for the new board members, I'd like to take the time to officially put my name in for the two openings that are going to open up on the OPD board, both the at-large and the Mesquite representative. I am a resident of Mesquite, and I have an extensive power background. I have been in the power industry for nearly 40 years. I have also have had a power testing company that I've operated for 28 years continuously. I do large power jobs. I do power engineering work. I've done switchboard design. We're doing testing design right now, testing equipment. I work in the megawatts and the medium voltage. I know the power calculations. I know all the information about how this works. I've run a business. I've worked on public boards, and I would like to just, besides that, I've got experience with, I do big projects. I've done just a huge project, a 15 megawatt unit with Molycorp. I've actually been contacted this week to do a relay test stand for a Montana utility to test their protective relaying systems. I'm familiar with protective relaying systems. And so I'm very versed in all this the power industry, and would like to officially put my candidacy in for this position. Also, as a second item, I am disappointed that the board continues not to publish backup material in your agenda items. We have several agenda items. It'd be very appropriate that if you would have published the data. Number one, your bonus situation, the connection fee proposals. These things need to be published so the public can take this information, review it, do whatever research they need to do, and come to the board and make constructive and intelligent conversation and comment on it. We have no idea, so any comment I make about bonuses it can be taken that I have no clue what is even going to be presented. But one of the things I think you need to consider on this bonus situation is that the city of Mesquite and most municipalities right now have cut way back drastically. We've also gotten places like the Virgin Valley Water District. If you're going to do anything like you did the previous year, it's a magnitude of probably 10 times or better what Virgin Valley Water District had a discussion whether or not they're going to get $40 gift certificates out. So I think you need to make a big consideration before you make any decisions on any bonuses that you publish that information and to allow public to make intelligent comments on whether or not this board should be passing out bonuses.
Okay,
Thank you.
next. Any others?
My name is Barbara Elistad. I'm the editor-publisher of the Mesquite Citizen Journal. I too, if I run over a little bit of 3 minutes, I beg your indulgence. I would like to submit my name as a candidate to fill the both vacancies, one or the other. I am a resident of Mesquite. I am a registered voter in the state of Nevada. I have owned my own business since 1996. I have 5 college degrees. I taught college for 12 years. I am familiar with Nevada revised statutes in regards to contracts and advertising, especially NRS 318, which is the governing document of this organization. I have covered public meetings and public entities now since 2007. I'm quite familiar with how public organizations are supposed to work. So I would respectfully submit my name as a candidate for the open vacancies. I too am very disappointed that I found out this afternoon that one of the vacancies, the one gentleman submitted his resignations, as Mr. Latham told me, October 21st. And we did not hear anything about the fact that either one had submitted resignations until last Thursday, when we read a small item in one of the Mesquite newspapers that alluded to the fact that the vacancies, the resignations were forthcoming. NRS 318 requires that you fill the position in 30 days. That leaves you 1 week. That does not leave the public any opportunity whatsoever to find out about it. There's no application at all that has been created for people to submit their names. There was no indication whatsoever to the public in Mesquite or anywhere else that I know of that these vacancies were coming open and that people could apply for them. I think that is a travesty to the public that would be allowed to occur. I also would like to speak for a minute about the bonuses. You just raised our rates 4.5%. Your attorney, I have on record as saying the rate increase was required because the district could not pay their bills. And just 6 weeks later, you are considering giving employees $300 each, according to what you did last year. As Mr. Ballwake said, we have no idea what you're considering this year because there was no backup material published with the agenda. Also, on the connection fees, there is no backup published with the agenda. We have no idea what the proposals are. We were not able to do any research, and we were not able to...
Will you take a minute and finish up, please?
Okay. We technically cannot participate in the discussion. We cannot determine whether the decisions are valid or warranted. I think the district continues to do the public a great disservice by not including backup material in a timely event. Every other public entity is able to publish that backup material 3 days before the agenda, 3 days before the meeting occurs. I do not understand why this public entity finds that so difficult. Thank you.
Any others?
Craig Hagan, Mesquite, a couple items, and I guess maybe somewhere down the road you guys, I know you can't respond now, but on item M, the location, I would encourage you that we consider having some of these meetings in Mesquite. I don't care what's been said in the past, but I'm here to ask that that happen. And on item H, when you get to that, it would be nice to know the process of how you acquired the names that you're going to consider tonight, if you consider them tonight, the reason that we're in such a hurry, and you know, I think it gets back to openness and fairness. You guys are elected. You have a responsibility to the citizens that elected you. And I think that's all anybody's about. Put the backup in the agenda. I mean, obviously the board members should have something to discuss, I would hope. And if they don't, we need to change the process here. And maybe somebody can address that. Because you're asking the public to continue to support the program. They vote for you. I think it's time you give them the information so they can come and help educate. I think sometimes we need to listen. We found that out at Mesquite. There's none of us that have all the answers. And so I would encourage you that you know, at least you consider having some of these meetings in Mesquite. And I would appreciate somebody to explain when you get to item H, when the resignations came in, what date they were received at this office, what the process was to allow individuals to come and be discussed as whether they're qualified or meet the requirements to serve on this board, and who those names are. I think you owe that to the ratepayers of the Overton Power District. Thank you.
I'm George Rapson from Mesquite, Nevada. I pretty much have to echo the same sentiments everybody else has. This is pretty much the most disingenuous group of thieves I've ever seen in my life. Can I get the backup that you guys have sitting in front of you for this meeting? Could I get a copy of that? Not just the agenda, but all the backup. That's what open meetings are. That's what should be published online for us to look at before every meeting. That's what you promised in your public meeting in Mesquite. Nothing's happened. Nothing's changed. This is the same backroom dealing nonsense that we've had for 15 or 20 years, and I don't see it changing. You guys are so disingenuous. Put up the backup. Put your little boy pants on, put the backup.
I'd just like to speak for a minute. I originally put my name in about 3 weeks ago and was told you guys would call me.
State your name.
Oh, Jay Tolbert, I'm sorry, from Mesquite, Nevada. You said you'd call me when there was an opening. I've never heard a call yet. I don't know, is there a conservative person on this board at all? The way you guys dish money out is, you know, I worked 30 years for Nevada DOT out of Glendale here. And we never had money thrown anywhere close to what you guys are throwing to your employees. It's just mind-boggling to me. You give the head man a 40% increase at one strike of the pen. It just, I don't know, you know, we've got to have power, and you guys just keep raising stuff, and then as soon as you get your money, then you pass it on to everybody else, like it's water. I don't know, I just wanted to say that.
Okay, any more here? Do we have anyone in Mesquite that wishes to speak, signed in to speak? Apparently not.